Hello, I'm Dr. Syed Raza, and I'm a physician and cardiologist by trade, but I'm also a Toastmaster. And today I'm going to give you an overview and some tips and tricks about impromptu speaking in Toastmasters International. So let's begin with as to what impromptu speaking is. Now, impromptu speaking simply means that you speak without any prior preparation. So you do not have any prior knowledge as to what subject or topic you're going to speak on. So literally you speak off the cuff or on the spot. Now, we all know that public speaking is the most feared task that anybody can be given. Both in prepared speeches and impromptu speaking, you will get a number of butterflies in your stomach. But in impromptu speaking, the number of butterflies may be a little bit more because you are unprepared. You do not know what question or topic is going to be thrown at you. The fact of the matter is that we speak impromptu every day in our personal and professional life. Let's say, for example, you are a student. Obviously, you will be asked questions by your teacher about which you may not have any prior preparation, but you come up with an answer. Likewise, if you are going for an interview or you face a viva, there will be few questions that will be thrown at you for which you will be completely unprepared for. But obviously, you come up with few answers. You meet a stranger on the street or during a journey, and the stranger may ask you about your hobbies, may ask you about your school, may ask you about your job, about your family. Obviously, you come up with some answers. For example, I'm a doctor and I see patients every day. Now, these patients would ask me a number of questions for which I'm not prepared. But obviously, I do not say that I do not know the answer, but I come up with few answers, and that will make them happy and keep them satisfied. Now, impromptu speaking has got a 5-step formula, and these are listen, pause, confirm, tell, and stand. So let's take them one by one. Now, as you all know that listening is the most important part of any communication skill. So you cannot be a good communicator if you're not a good listener. So you have got to listen carefully as to what is being asked, and obviously you must listen to the question carefully, and only then you can start to speak. Do not forget the power of pause. Now, this pause in impromptu speaking gives you some advantage to gather your thoughts in mind and then formulate or organize a mini speech that you would deliver in the next 2 to 2.5 minutes. So please use that pause for your advantage to organize your thoughts and then organize your mini speech during that time. It may also be a good practice to confirm back the question that has been asked, and that reassures you that you have understood the question well. But it also gives you some time to formulate your speech that you're going to speak. But this step is not necessary. You can obviously omit this step if you want to. But the core of all these steps is how you tell or how you start to speak and deliver your speech. So obviously, the most important thing is that you start your speech with full energy, and then you keep a steady pace, and then you give the speech in the next 2 to 2.5 minutes. Do not forget that you have got to end somewhere. Do not go on and on with your speech. So you have got to make your main points and then finish your speech with a smile. Whenever a question is given to you, when a topic has been assigned to you, you are free to put your opinion forward. But remember that once you have an opinion, if you agree or disagree to the question or the topic, then you have got to justify your opinion with certain statements. Impromptu speaking is not a question answer session. So you do not need to reply back is in a manner that you are replying to a question. So, but you can use a word or few words from the topic that has been given to you and then make up a mini speech and then you deliver that speech. So there are a few do's that you need to remember. Most important is that you start your speech with full energy, with a bang, and this will help you to gain the attention of the audience. Once you start to speak, do not be in a hurry, do not be in a rush, control your nerves, and be steady in your response. Take it slowly. You should not be in a rush. If you start to speak in a rush, then certainly you will vomit out words which you do not intend to. And surely you're going to mumble as well as you are going to tumble as you continue speaking. You may not have the clue in the beginning as to what you're going to speak about the topic, but try to be near to the point. Do not beat about the bush and completely astray from the main topic that has been assigned to you. Be confident. I'm sure you can do it. You have done it many times. You can do it again. So have that confidence in you while you speak. And always keep that smile on your face. Smile when you start speaking, smile when you finish, and keep the smile throughout your speech. So these are the 5 S's that you can see here. Keep your speech short. Remember that you have got the time only to speak for 2 to 2.5 minutes. If you go beyond that, then you will be disqualified. Keep your pace steady, don't rush, and be sleek or speak to the point. Be conservative in your words. And let me tell you that less is always more. So do not go on and on speaking about a subject. So know where to end your speech. Keep things simple, use simple words, simple language, and most importantly, keep smiling. Now, in a contest of impromptu speaking, all the contestants will be given the same topic. So how do you make yourself better than the others in your speech? How do you make yourself stand out from the others? This you can do by few examples I have shown here on the slide. You can start your speech with a question. You can start your speech with a quote. And you can finish your speech with a strong message. One thing that is always liked is your personal story. In any speech, your personal story is personal and it is unique to you. Nobody can copy it. So take that advantage and incorporate that personal story in your mini speech, in that impromptu speech. And that is certainly going to make you stand from the others. If you can, try to use some humor. Nobody likes boring speakers. Use that humor to your advantage. Now, in a short speech, obviously you cannot use a quote, a personal story, a humor, as well as strong message. But try to use 1 or 2 of them just to spice up your speech. Now, here are some helpful tips. These are the tips that are required for any prepared speech, but they are also useful for mini speeches and impromptu speaking. So have a good body posture, a good stance when you stand, look confident. You must have a good body language. You must show your facial expression. You must use your hands and use correct hand gestures while you are speaking. Have a good vocal variety. You should not be speaking on the same pitch. Have those ups and downs in your vocal tone, loudness, and your speed as you speak. And most importantly, that try to use the space around you. You have got to move with purpose. If you make a point, have your stance at a point, and then if you're making another point, then move and then start to speak from another point. There are few don'ts that you should remember. First and foremost is that time is limited, so do not go beyond time. Remember that you are given only 2 minutes, but maximum amount of time you can speak is 2.5 minutes. If you go beyond that, then you will be disqualified in a Toastmaster club meeting or in a Toastmaster international contest. Do not astray from the main topic completely. Now, I understand that some of you, when you're given a topic, you may go blank and you'll not have any clue as to what to speak on that given topic. But do not speak completely out of the way, but stick to the topic, use few words and have some ideas and be around that topic. Also remember that do not touch few themes. Do not speak something that is related to obscenity, politics, or religion. And lastly, do not mumble, do not rumble, and do not tumble. Now, one thing is important to note that if you do not have any clue about a topic or a question that has been thrown at you, then please, please do not apologize. There's no need to say sorry. I'm sure once you start to speak few words, few more will come out and you will gain confidence and you will speak more sentences and then more sentences and then finally comfortably you can finish your speech. So never say sorry, never apologize. So impromptu speaking will be incomplete if I do not mention about the table topic master. Remember this table topic master can be a male or a female, just not a master, it could be miss as well. He or she is the person who is going to assign the topics for you to speak for 2 to 2.5 minutes. Now the role of the table topic master is, first of all, he would introduce what table topic or impromptu speaking is. This is for the information of the new members and the guests who may not have any clue as to what impromptu speaking means. Then he's going to introduce his role, and then he would open the floor for people to volunteer to speak for 2 to 2.5 minutes on the table topic that he or she will be assigning, or he will then pick up from the audience as to, and these members may be 2 to 3 to 4, depending on the time that is permitted. So I hope that was useful and you can make some use of the points that I've just highlighted here in your next impromptu speaking. All the best for your next speech.